Hello, everyone. My name is Mike. I'm a Chief Product Officer here in SplitMetrics. Thanks for tuning in today. What a wonderful session we have. What a wonderful panelist and what a wonderful information we're getting. Very insightful. So a little bit of intro about myself. I've got about 20 years of leading software products behind. Before SplitMetrics, I've been with such companies as LoopMe, Rocket Internet, SAP, the Hut Group, Yandex, mostly e-commerce and ad tech. And the latter, ad tech, is a personally professional love of my life. That's why I'm here at SplitMetrics, and that's why I'm holding this topic today. And today we've got a very interesting topic. In the light of all of this diversification, diversifying mobile user acquisition, the Web2App campaign. And I'm really happy to introduce our awesome speaker, who is with us today and has a huge experience. So product marketing at Air Apps, organic growth expert, was consulting such companies as Global, Zalando, GameHive, Freeletics, more and more and more. Actually, the list is really huge. And my favorite part of his profile is very funny, but very important. He is famous for his YouTube show, 3 Minutes Bullshit with George. Sorry for the language, but it's a quote. Please welcome George Natsvlishvili. George, hello. First of all,
Mike.
I want to thank you for tuning in today and sharing your experience with us. Actually, let's start with the very beginning, with your background. How did you opt into mobile industry, and how long do you work here?
Hi, Mike. First of all, thank you that you having me today. It's a big pleasure to participate in this panel. My name is George from Georgia. More than 20 years of working experience, among them 9 years in mobile industry. Why I'm still keeping driving stuff in mobile industry? Because mobile industry is a dynamic versus other areas. In other areas, for instance, in category manager, it's like super static. The rules are set for 50 years, so it's kind of boring, versus mobile industry, where the information that is relevant now, maybe even in 1-2 months, will not be relevant anymore, and you have to keep learning, and this is the challenge that suits for me. That's why I'm still in mobile.
So that's an awesome experience, actually. Thanks for sharing. So today there were lots of opinions today already about the state of the mobile user acquisition and how many challenges we've got with the IDFA deprecation and everything. What challenges do you see, and what's the modern state of mobile user acquisition you can see in the market now?
Yeah, so I think the main challenges that we faced as a marketers that we faced the recent years are first, of course, IDFA deprivation, where we lost the user tracking on a granular level. We can't see anything here because of that. And the second one is automation of user like mobile ads, for instance, the universal campaign and Facebook as well, which not give us this same level of trying the wild stuff and go to the deep dive in segments. And if you have for instance the small niche, it takes ages, while Google Universal Campaign optimize the campaigns that you get most out of it. So this is two challenges that I see in the recent years.
Yeah, that's fair enough. And today we're talking about Web2App, right? And I know that you've got lots of experience in that. Is it a good answer for these challenges? And how can anyone address these challenges with Web2App? And actually, the cornerstone question here: what the hell is Web2App about?
Web2App actually covers one of the benefits of Web2App, of course, is to track users on a granular level and to get wild on A/B testing and to select the proper segment for you as a setup project. Like, what is Web2App? Yeah, Web2App is actually alternative way to acquire users on top of classic UI channels. So you shall not go crazy and stop all your classic channels and go only to Web2App. Yeah, it's a supplementary tool. Yes. So the main flaw, yes, versus traditional mobile ads, there is additional stuff in the funnel. So whenever user see ad creative, when he or she clicks on it, user will redirect it to the landing page or web onboarding, and only then will redirect to the app store where he or she can download the app. Yes. So if we talk about the main types of web-to-web campaigns, like I can say based on my experience, there are three main types that I know actually. One is landing page or instant page. So instant page is the same landing page, but like which rich content and which loads very faster than a landing page, mostly on Facebook or TikTok. So whenever you do the landing page, please keep it really simple. You can put one social proof like reviews or stars, and of course an immediate button that leads people to the target destination. Another type is retargeting campaign. Yes, so whenever you can use web-to-web landing page for retargeting, use the discount 10, 15%, 20% discount, provide more information to give context to user. And the last one is my favorite one, actually, the web funnel and onboarding, because during this web funnel, you can ask user a personalized question. You can describe value proposition of your product, why your product is cool, and when person answering the question, he or she has a feeling that, oh, okay, this is a product that I need. Yeah, this is what I need, and not just bunch of other features that I don't want to see there. Yeah. So whenever you do the web funnel, please ask user for basic information. You have to use personalized questions. You can add time limitation. The good stuff is that no product availability is needed. You just put a button and it's redirected to the app page. Yeah. So this is the main types of types of web to app. And what is web to app?
Yeah.
I hope I answered.
Thank you, George. It's actually very exciting because in the general, let's say old school user acquisition funnels, you almost have no time to interact with your user. You don't, or you land them in your application without any pre-onboarding, without any pre-engagement, right? And it looks like this the third type of the web to app funnels is the perfect moment to engage and improve your relationship with the user even before they started your subscription or downloaded your application. That sounds really great. But how to do that? How can our advertisers set this up?
Yeah, so it's actually setting up is not easy stuff. Yes, so first of all, you have to make sure that you're gonna develop the infrastructure. Like you need the infrastructure for development for the account system. You have to do an ad network account configuration, of course. Then the next step is to develop the landing page or web onboarding funnel. Of course, on top of that, you have to set up MMP, analytics, and server, and then launching, testing, fixing, and then improving the stuff. Yeah, this is the more or less the settings. The setting is not easy stuff, especially if you have a web funnel, because you need additional resources for setting the campaigns. Yeah.
Yeah. It's definitely not the easiest thing to do. It's definitely not. It's a little bit more difficult rather than just switching on yet another channel, right? And providing the channel with the link to your CPP. That's a little bit more tricky. So when it requires some investment. Let's talk about pros and cons of this investment. Do we receive anything at the end? Is it the good game to play?
Yeah, there are, of course, let me start with challenges. Yeah, so there are, of course, the challenge. There are, of course, the challenges, but benefits, I think, in my opinion, worth it to try. But of course, let me talk about challenges first. Of course, whenever you do a Web2App, you have to take into account that you add additional step in the funnel. And if your landing page or web funnel is not ideal, there will be a higher churn of the users, even they get up to app page. Yes, so you have to do very careful. You have to optimize the stuff, iterate the stuff, why user churn if it happens, and improve the landing page or web onboarding. Yeah, of course, another issue that you know that web users, they are not keen to use the app. Yeah, and application users also, they are not keen to use the web. So this is that might be also the challenge. Another challenge is, of course, pure UX and chargeback. So under pure UX, I mean that a link might be broken, yeah, or login, or user can forget the login, yeah, or I don't know, he or she gonna put all information and then change her and his mind, or the information is sending to Android users, and we have for iOS, yeah, so the link will be broken, and or the payment system doesn't work, or he or she changed his mind, yeah, and in that case they directly to go to the chargebacks instead of going to the support and asking support to help. Yeah, so this is the downsides as well. Of course, the lack of trust during the payment. Yeah, no one wants to put his or her credit card in the web or landing page that is unknown. Yeah, versus the app like stores, App Store and Google Play Store, which have a high level of trust. Yeah, because they are secure, people know them, so the trust level there is way higher. Another stuff is that, of course, the payment after trial doesn't work. So I face the issues that after trial period, the payment or credit card doesn't work, and this is also might be this huge issue. Another stuff is that taxes, you have to deal with taxes manually, yeah, versus Google and Play Store, where they do it automatically, and they do a great job there, as well as currency, yes, and localization stuff. You have to deal with currency exchange, which is pain process, yes, and of course another stuff is that it's hard to compare the web and the app flows, and of course another stuff that you have to take into consideration, that you need additional resources for development. You need at least one full stack engineer, like front end and back end, and of course on top of that you have to train support how to deal with such kind of complaints. Yes, so and of course the budget to test your campaigns, Web2App campaigns. So this is not for a small team, and this is not like super easy stuff to set up, yeah, and to deal with it. But I think, in my opinion, it's worth. And let's go to the benefits. Yeah. So first of all, there are way more benefits actually, in my opinion, versus challenges. Yeah. So first is that you can escape the store's commission. Yeah. So second is that you have to broaden the audience. So you can imagine that the web audience for some countries might be on senior age. Yeah, and you can get this traffic through this campaign. You can also get granular insights, and you can go to the wild for A/B testing. You can track users easily, which is not the case after IDFA depreciation. You can pre-onboarding why your product is cool. You can use personalized experience. You can protect your brand using this landing page for specific keyword search. Of course, my favorite one actually is that you can unlock additional inventory. So under the additional inventory, I mean the Outbrain and Taboola, for instance, where you have a huge traffic that it's impossible to launch any app mobile campaigns. Yes, and of course, recently Pinterest after IDFA depreciation, they removed the mobile ads, and the only stuff that you can do is to do it via landing pages. Of course, you can use affiliate marketing. It's easy cancellation, easy refund process, and web users have a relatively higher retention level versus app users. Yeah,
that's quite a list, George. Whoa,
yeah,
this
is a
really
huge one.
exciting.
So
let's try to summarize that. What kind of top 5 insights you've got?
So actually, I have more. Yeah,
9. All
but
right.
yeah,
Okay.
9. So one is, as I mentioned, that of course these kind of campaigns are most relevant for apps because the gamers have a different behavior. So for gamers, people want to try product immediately. Yes, they don't want to spend time to answering tons of questions. They want to try product immediately. For gamers, from all this type of campaign might be relevant. Retargeting campaign, yes. But mainly this is relevant for apps in categories lifestyle, language learning, for instance, or fitness category, and you can see that
fintech, yeah.
Or audiobooks, fintechs as well. Yeah, so you can see that some of the big players already invest in this direction, and some of them has really good results for that. Of course, another stuff is that we observe that low efficiency of single landing pages versus the web onboarding funnel, because on web onboarding, you can ask a personalized question and you can, after that, person can feel that these products satisfied his or her needs. Of course, you have to do the simple one. The best is the simple one. You can go wild with A/B testing and any options. You can try discounts, 10, 20, 15% discounts. And it's, as I mentioned before, it's too complex for the small team. So if you have a small team, it's better to focus first on the classic UA channels and then go to this. Yes, so and you need additional resources that I mentioned, at least engineers and budget for testing the stuff. And of course, Web2App campaign is a supplementary tool, so it's not it's additional on top.
Yeah, please don't abandon Apple search ads, right?
Yeah.
That's the main message at the end. Thank you very much, George. Well, we are out of time, but I think we can afford taking just one question. I believe there are quite a few there. So I think the very first was how to test Web2App campaign. What's your number one advice?
So approach is for me. Approach is so following. Yeah? So you have to take one country or even one region or even one state. If you test it in US, you can first develop a several landing page and try if it will be successful for you. If one of them will be, you can move forward with Web2App web funnel, but without web paywall. Yeah, so without sign-up process, to see if there is the interest from user side to move forward, and when if you have a churn, when they churn. Yes, and only after that you have to develop. You can develop web funnel together with the web payment. Yeah, because to do the web payment, you need engineers and support, a huge support of engineering team. Yes, and then of course iterate, testing, and polish this stuff.
Thank you very much, George. And so we've got some other questions about how to do that without development. This is the very tricky question. I believe that we can take it offline, and if you're really interested in some further discussions about Web2App, please contact either George if you wanted some kind of personal consultation, or myself and sales department of SplitMetrics if you want to take a part in our research program in the Web2App. So thank you very much, George. It was a pleasure to see you and to hear your opinion.
Thank you. Ciao, guys.
Bye bye.